I feel that I will just introduce both of us, Momo. So I am Muriel. I'm the Gemvision product director. I'm looking over all the softwares that we produce from Gemvision. And one of the things that I like the most from this job position is that I have the opportunity to deal with people like Momo. Momo, it's an amazing guy, even a greater person. He's super good with our software or also in jewelry. So it's something that I really appreciate from you, Momo, that is not just about the knowledge that you have on our software, also the knowledge that you have about the jewelry trade. So this is something also very, very important when we have this kind of users in our community. So
Thank
how
you
are you
so much.
today? Hope everything is good.
Yes, everything is fine. Everything is good. I'm proud. I'm very proud to be part of this amazing live session. Thank you, Gemvision team. Thank you, Oreo, Yisit, all the people who help us to have this session, and also the lovely audience that which are joining every second. I want to say hello to everyone. And thank you so much to spend your time to be in live session. Yeah.
Fantastic, Momo. So today we were talking for this webinar that we have seen many posts from you on the social media about organic modeling. We know that you are very, very good, well, not just with that. So this is one of your points of expertise that you have. And every time that we see any of these posts, we see that there is a lot of people, wondering how you are doing things. People is really loving all that you do on that kind of designing. So we thought that would be good from our side to start this webinar where you can show us and tell us about a bit about how you design surface modeling within Matrix Goals. So whenever you want, please start with anything that you have to tell us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So let me share my screen. So when I go for share, I think it's disabled now.
Okay, let me
Yeah.
just go and allow you to do. Let me try to
Thank
do it
you.
from here. Okay,
Perfect.
so
Okay.
please try it now, and you should be able to do
Yeah.
it.
Now is the share. Okay, good. Uh, thank you so much, Uriel, for your complimentary words. It's it means a lot for me. Someone like you, who spent a lot of time in this industry, I say good things about my my job. So it's my proud. Thank you so much. And so yeah, as you know, um, I start working with Metrics 6 about 12 years ago. And from that moment, I found that we can create organic shapes with the NURBS modeling. Because but the people always think that they need ZBrush or mesh modeling software to create organic shapes. But actually, I just started to develop a technique which called surface modeling technique. It's not, I didn't invent it, I just improve it. I just bring it from the other softwares, like, well, the other software to nerve system. And I found that we can do with the metrics and metrics goal. Now we are using a better software we call Matrix Code, and the good news is it supports Rhino 8, so it's really cool, especially version 3.8. So I highly recommend to all the audience and users to upgrade the Matrix Code 3.5 to Matrix Code 3.8. I believe that is very necessary for us to be updated and upgraded and using the latest version of our software. And the good news is in version 3.8, we have very, very, we have stability of the software is amazing. I really enjoy working in this version, and it's very, very smooth. So as you said, Oreo, I use surface modeling techniques in Matrix Code. So um, the good news is Matrix Code has all tools to create these kind of shapes, like this dragon from Catara company, which is one Spanish company. And I use Matrix Code basic tools like surface tools, curve tools to create this amazing design. And so today I want to show you how to start and how to make this design in a very, very simple way. You don't need to have a great knowledge as an amazing, to create this kind of shape. You just need to have a good understanding of your software, about the NURBS modeling. If you know about the NURBS system, if you know about the NURBS modeling, you can create these kind of shapes in a very a comfortable and easy way. So, but as you know, we have. If I wanna start from scratch, we need 5 hours, because this design took my time 5 hours to create it. And so, what I want to do now, I recorded that video. I have that video, the recorded ones, and I want to play that video. And in some seconds and some moments, I will be back to Matrix Code and I show you about the tools that I use it. Okay, so let me go to my D.
Something that I really like from what you said, Momo, is that once you see this design, honestly, if I see just this on the first sight, I would say that's very tough to, it's very hard to do design. So you telling us that it's something that can be of course, that it will take 5 hours because it's very intricate and there is a lot of details. So you need to work a lot on all these details. It's not because how difficult it is, it's more because all the details that it has. But it's good, to hear what you were saying. I really like what you were saying, that sometimes the people may feel like I need other softwares that are Zebra, and these softwares are very, very good. I mean, I won't say anything wrong about these softwares, but to create these specific things for jewelry is also good to know that with Matrix Gold and within all the NURBS modeling can be done. So I think that it's a very good point.
Matrix Code provides all tools to create these complicated, we call somehow complicated designs. But to make these kind of complicated designs, you don't need to choose complicated path or complicated way. You can simplify it. It's like mathematics. When you want to solve a mathematics equation, we always need to simplify it. So when just with plus, minus, divide, just simple things, right? Simple functions. Designing, modeling is the same. But this is something that I believe. The most difficult designs need the most simple ways. This is something that's proven to me. I mean that it looks difficult, but when you start it, you will see that no, it's not as difficult as the first moment. When you start to do some things, I can guarantee you that you can finish it. The most important thing is you need to go for that. You need to have your first step, and then 100% you will go to the end of the road. Inspirational and motivational quotes.
And I appreciate that, because one of our main focus when we are thinking on, at the end of the day, we are making this software. So it's just meant for what you are saying, right? So we want to make it easier for our customers. So it's good to hear from you that with the tool we have in Matrix Gold, you can create this design. So
right, and Matrix Code interface and Matrix Code tools. Some of the Matrix Code tools are amazing for making this kind of design. I will show you. And if you want to do them without matrix code tools, we need more time. But with matrix code tools, it's much more easier. So
Okay.
let me go for that. I want to show you this. Okay. So um, for this pipe, I'm sure 90% of the audience, they know how to make these pipe shapes. So this is not something that I want to explain about that. Look at this, the head. The most difficult part is the head, but please look at the way carefully. Um, I tried to make the head, I split the head in two parts, right? The top part and the bottom part. And then I need to decide to choose appropriate surface commands from the surface menu. And we know that in matrix code, we have a very good surface commands arrangement. This is very important for the as a modeler. I don't want to spend a lot of time to find the command. The good news is in matrix code, you can find the surface creation command in a very easy way. We have planes, we have loft, we have sweep, we have revolve and revolve, we have curve network. They arrange them from the easy to the difficult ones. So it's really easy. And also, let me show you some things here. I prepared this diagram, also this chart for the audience, and you will see that if as a surface modeler, you need to know your commands, especially the surface command, in a very advanced way. For example, when you have one curve, you have extrude, you can use extrude and revolve. When you have two curves, you can use loft, sweep one, and raid revolve, right? When you have three curves, you can use loft, sweep one, and sweep two also. I forgot to write it down. And also raid revolve. Four curves, loft, sweep one, sweep two, and network. And also five curves. So this is something that will repeat again. If you have more than four curves, you can either choose loft or sweep one, sweep two, or curve network. So here, when I make two curves, look at this. When I make two curves, I use matrix code sweep command. We don't have these tools in non-matrix code commands, non-matrix code software like Lorino. If you want to put the profile without matrix code tools, you need to spend more time to do that. But with matrix code sweep one, parametric one, we can easily adjust the profile here, just between two rails, right? Even I can choose from the menu, I can choose the outside curve and select the outside one, but I didn't do that. I just adjust my profile manually. You will see, if I didn't use the matrix code parametric sweep one, I needed to draw my my profile on the center, and then go to the transform command, use orient perpendicular on curve, and then move the profile on the rails. So we have more steps to do that. But with matrix code command, everything looks easier. And then this is the power of the surface modeling. From that easy command, from that very basic shapes, I use my knowledge to rebuild the surface in order to move the control points up and down. So now I use rebuild, but not normal rebuild UV. So if you, let me stop the video. Most of the matrix code users knows about, if you go to the tools menu, we have rebuild menu, but in rebuild menu, in rebuild command, you can rebuild your surface let me show you just as an example, very simple example, because this is very important command for the people who interested to come to the surface modeling. If I have one sphere, right? Let me go to here. And then I use rebuild, normal rebuild command, right? It asks you the U and V at the same time. I mean that you have to change U and V at the same time. You cannot change just change just one of them. You have to change both of them at the same time. But sometimes we don't want to do that. We want to just change the number of the control point in U direction. Okay, so you need to use rebuild UV. Rebuild UV. You have to type it. We don't have actually, but we can go to the surface, edit. Let me show you, edit tools, and then here we have rebuild UV. So if you use rebuild UV, it asks you in which direction you want to change, U or V. And as a metrics code user, we know that the green arrow is V, sorry, and oops, and try again, direction U. The red one is U. You can change it easily, see? And then you will see that you say that, okay, in V direction, I want to change it to 20. Okay, so just change the number of the control point in one direction. So I use the same technique. This is very important. And then look at this. I close the end of the surface to make it more organic. Look at this. And then let me go like that. And then start to adding the control point. We know that in nerve system, this is a very good option in nerve system and metrics code software. You can easily add control points and add not in whatever you want, whatever you want, you can do that. So I use the same technique. Let me go, and then I define the I, and then I start to, let me show you, just ignore that part. I was trying to how to do that, but look at this. I start to move the control points. See, go, I add control point, and then I start to move the control point wherever I want. See? But another important things in metrics code is, in metrics code, let me show you, when you want to move the control points, let me rebuild again, this one, 2020, no problem. If you want to move the control points with your gumball, you can do it with your gumball. It's not difficult to do, right? In any direction that you want. But sometimes we want to move the control point in a specific direction. For example, along these control polygons, because it's very important. Sometimes we want to make the control polygons, make the control point close to each other. So we cannot do with the gumball because it's difficult. It doesn't give me the right way or the right path to do that. So again, in metrics code, we have move UVN, which is here, right? And easily you can select one control point, and then you can choose along the control polygon, and then you can move along these, see, in V or U direction, and also in this direction. So this is amazing. This is something that we need in surface modeling. And in metrics code, we have in transform menu, move UVN, right? Here we have. Yes.
There is Hadis and Kevin, they are asking, how did you close the poly surface when you were working with the head? So you had an open surface that you did from the sweep, and then you just close it. They are asking how you did that.
Okay. So let me show you. So I hope you understand about the move UVN. Let me show you. Let me open it. For example, if we have an open surface like this, and we want to close it in order to have a surface, because if you do cap, you have a poly surface. And you know that in nerve system, we cannot turn on the control point of a poly surface. So we have to close it in a way that we have a surface. So we turn on the control point. We can select these rows. Okay. And then you have two options. Matrix Code has a very nice tools we call set point. Set point, this one. Just click on that and then choose X, Y, Z, because we checked all the axis, word or C-plane, it doesn't matter anymore. So you can say, okay, and then you can click wherever you want, for example, here, and then you can move it to the center. That's it. So you can close like this, okay? Or if you use the latest version of the Rhino, you can turn on your OS snap and then press shift and then scale, go, 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 go. And then suddenly the control point collapse to each other automatically. Yep, that's it. You can do like this. Oh, let me do it a little bit. We can do like this. Okay, don't worry about this one because of the rebuild problems. We did the rebuild 2 times, so we have this one. But yeah, we can use like that set point or moving the control point, press shift, turn on your OS snap, and then scale down, and then suddenly the control point snap together, collapse together, and that's it. But you need to have Rhino version Metrics Code version 3.5 or 3.8. We can have this one. Okay, so now let me show you this one. So you see that we move the control points. I try to move the control points. And from that basic shapes, even I create, you see, this is the most important part of the surface modeling, understanding the control point, to moving, selecting them, and then play with them to create the shape that you want. You need to be patient. You need to spend the time, and you will see that now I move the control points along the control polygon to create sharper edge, and then finally I get the surface that you want, the shape that you want. So as I told you, I'm just using 3 or 4 commands, but I use my knowledge, surface modeling knowledge, to create this shape, right? And another thing that I really want the audience knows about that is, in nerve system, you don't need to connect everything together. You can make the objects separately, and then this is something in Matrix Code that you will love it. Let me show you. And we have just in Matrix Code, and we don't have in another thing. Let me show you. For example, if I make I was making this one just before before the class also. Yeah. So for example, I have this, I make this. Okay. And then Profile Placer, as I told you, is a great tools in Matrix Code that we have, parametric one. Okay. And then we go for outside one, right? Easily we can change the shape. Sweep 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, you know that we can go to the maintain height, or even we don't want. Okay. And then we make another one. And then like this, it can suppose, something like that. And then I do cap, right? Okay, so when I make some things like that, and then in manufacturing menu, we have mesh repair. So when you click on mesh repair, they merge them together. This is something that we need. Maybe you say that, oh, it's become mesh. No problem, because we need a mesh to send for the printing. So you need to know that in surface modeling and matrix code and nerve system, it's not like a 3D modeling that you create some things or make some things from one object. No, you don't need to do that. You can create the object separately, and then you can use these mesh repair, which you can just find in matrix code, not the in Rhino, on Rhino, just in matrix code, because is a great tool. And then you can merge everything together. And the good news is it also can fix all the problems that you have. So when you make some things and when you create some things when you create some things, you can be sure that your object is completely printable. If it become blue and it gives you a mesh object, it's guaranteed that this is completely printable. This is a manifold object and completely closed, no naked edge, and it doesn't have any issue. Okay, so this is the concept that we use in surface modeling. So when the top part finish, okay, when the top part, and then for the jaw, I just use, see,
Just a
I
second,
just
Momo, before you go to the next step, we have a few questions also. There is a Stuart Radmore from UK that is asking about the mesh repair. So the mesh repair is something that many times the people is asking, people that used to have matrix about the edges. This is something that we have been talking many times. When you bring this mesh from matrix gold to the printer, even you don't get the edges very sharp. The smoothness is so low that when you are printing it is not noticeable. So this is, we have done a lot of testing on this, and we believe that it's very good. Now,
yeah
there is
yeah
also something else that I would like to mention that, and this is not just from MatrixGold. MatrixGold, the beauty of this software is combining the two worlds, like all the tools that we have from MatrixGold, but also the ones that we have from Rhino. And Rhino is also bringing a lot of features in the last builds, like the shrink wrap, the quadri mesh, that also these are features that can help a lot on these different scenarios, depending on what you need.
Exactly. With the shrink, yeah, this is something that I want to talk about them in just next 5 minutes. Here, when we create some things like that, including many parts. So this dragon has many different parts. You see, so when we merge them with the GV mesh repair, okay, and we want to hollow out and we want to make them, we need the shrink wrap. So so Matrix Code version 3.8 supports shrink wrap. So with the shrink wrap, we can hollow out the object and we can have a very nice control on the weight of our object. And as you said, for the sharp edges, we don't have any issue with the mesh repair. Yeah, even some things like this, when I click on the mesh repair, it give me a very nice mesh without any issue, right? You see, yeah, it's a bit fitted, but 100%, even the most accurate printer in the market, it creates a tiny fillet on the object. There is no printer in the market are able to create 100% sharp edges. It's not possible. All the printers make something round. 100. This is something that we have in the market because of the technology that we use. Okay, so
This being said, I have to say, Momo, is always I like also to talk about our software. that we could improve the visibility of this mesh, yes, this is something that I will agree with Stuart or whoever. But sometimes in our mesh you see like little things that this is a visual thing that we should improve in the future. It's not something making any trouble when you are printing, but it's true that for visibility, when you are working on it, it will be nice to have a smoother surface when we are using this mesh repair.
Right. I agree with it. And this is a good part of the Gemvision team, that always they are improving. So I'm really happy that you have a very professional team who are interested to develop the software and improve them. So it's really I really appreciate that. It's very important. So yeah. So let me show you. So you see that I make these parts separately. And for example, for the tools, for the T's, just look at this. I just want to show you just go to the curve, just create some things like this, and then some things like this, right? And then again, we use matrix code, a parametric. We can use a profile placer. Easily you can put wherever you want, but I prefer to choose another profile. Okay, and when we can use that one, right? And then something like this outside automatically. Metrics code help us to do it faster, and you know that when you move it, it's automatically change the height, right? So it's really cool. I love it. And then sweep 2, you can use either parametric one or the normal one. Sweep 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, I prefer to keep maintain height off, or even if you want, you can keep it on. It doesn't matter. Okay, right. And then you need to explode it because this is a poly surface. So I go to quick command, explode. I love the quick command panel. It's really good. It's helped me to find my important commands faster and easier. And then you use merge surfaces. 1, 2, 1, 2. And now this is a surface, right? And then you can shift, control, go, 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 go. And that's it. Collapse, move in, and a little bit like this. And now you can go a little bit like this. And then delete this curve. I don't need this one. I don't need this one. And now you can play on your surface. You can manipulate your surface directly. And this is really easy to do to any shape that you want.
Everyone is sending you hearts now, Momo.
Hearts.
Just with what you said and what you did. And look, it looks easy for the people who are not that used to work that in that way. It's true that it's at the end of the day is just a few tools, as you said. You are not using a lot of tools to make this, but it's true that it's nice to see how easy it is for you to manage, all these points. So it's nice to see how you're designing.
I would say 60 or 70% of, if I give this shape as example I always do that like that. In the beginning of my level 1 course, level 2 courses, I always give this shape to my student, and then I ask them to create it, and they spend a lot of time to make the curves up, down, top, bottom, use the network, and finally they are not able to modify this shape because they don't know that they can work on surface directly. But with the techniques of surface modeling in matrix code, you can work on your surface directly. For example, now I have a lot of control point, especially some of them are unnecessary. So you can go to edit tools, rebuild UV, not in V direction, but in U direction. And you would say, I want to just have 5 or 6 control points. Press enter, enter. So now you have less control point. And now you just a little bit move. And now you have less control point in this direction. And then you can have more flexible and more smoother shape. And also maybe you said that, oh, look at this. I have many control points in this direction. You select this one, you go to edit tools, you go to rebuild UV, and then you change the direction to V, and then you would say, I want to have 10 control points. That's it. And now you have just 10 control points. And easily you can make here dome, you can make here flat. From dome to flat, transition in a very easy way. Or the bottom, you want to make it flat. Just you can select this, and these control points, go to this direction, and then scale. This is a good option in, again, in Rhino 8 and Matrix Core 3.8, because when you scale, when they align in same levels, it's a snap. So it's really cool. And then you go up, and now you have some things like this. That's it. You don't need to use network command. You don't need to use, curves or something like that. So just with these basic knowledge in Matrix Code, we can continue to see. And the last thing, so I went about the texture because it's very important. So I use the same technique for all the parts, right? And finally, for the body, I used, look at this, for the, you see, again, for the paw, right? For that one, also this, all techniques are the same, just playing with the control point, using the flow align surf metrics called the smart flow. I use metrics called the smart flow to make that one. And then look at this. For the texture, the body, if we didn't have metrics code, I mean, here, if we didn't have a smart pattern, or actually I use texture 3D, we needed to use displacement, which is a part of the Rhino, but it's headache. It's not easy to use. It's not interactive like metrics code texture 3D. Let me show you. For example, if I have something like this.
Someone is also asking, while you keep designing, what tool did you use to match when you did the X plot from the poly surface to convert it to just one surface? What tool did you use?
Merge surface. It's in surface. It's in edit tools. The first command in here.
Okay.
When we want to, yeah.
Thank you.
The difference between merge and join is join connect two surfaces together mathematically, right? But merge completely combine two surfaces together, so we have just one surface. But you cannot merge two surfaces with a different topology together. I mean that both surfaces need to have the same control points, and the control point need to be in front of each other. So technically, they merge together, they weld together, or they can weld together. So it's very important. Yeah, but if you have a poly surface, you can explode them, and you can merge all surfaces together and get a surface. Right.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. For the texture, for example, we have pipe, right? 5 to 1, something like this. Okay, but I don't want to have global shape blending. I want to change it to global, actually, 5 to 1, to have a straight transition, not tangency transition, because if you have local, it connect two profiles in a tangency way. But in this example, we don't want to have it, so we change it to the global. We need to explode it because I want to have a surface. It's better to rebuild it, right? So a normal rebuild 10 by 10. Okay. And I don't want to have for the bottom part. So I go to the curve. I go to extract iso curve. In surface modeling, we always use the iso curve to split the surface. Why? Because we want to convert it to a, let me merge. Now I can merge these surfaces together. Oh no, because they are two surfaces. Let me back. I split it from with this one. This is wrong way. I don't want to split with this one. I split this by this and just by this. And now we have this. So you know that in nerve system, when you split the surface, you still have the control point. So that's why we call it trim surface. So you need to select this one, go to the surface, edit tools, and you can go to shrink. And now the control point is gone. This is very important, especially for putting the pattern and these kind of things. You need to know that it's better to have on-trim surface, not trim surface for calculations, for the software calculations. So now look at this. If I didn't have texture 3D, I needed to type displacement is, or we can select this one, Control T, properties panel. And from properties panel, I needed to show panels, and I needed to turn on displacement. Is still here. And no, here. It's better to find it here, easier. We can go to the displacement, and then you have to select this one to choose the black and white photo, and then, but it's very, it's really complicated way. You know, you have to select this one, you have to choose whatever you want, and it's very complicated. It's very, very difficult to do that if you want to use displacement from here. But look at this amazing tool in Matrix Code. You just click on Texture 3D, and then we have a library. It's with great necessary black and white. For example, the hammer one, right? And now we can see, select. Okay, now easy to use. We go to advanced part, increase the mesh resolutions. Okay, and then back, I prefer to use first one. Okay, I prefer go to these displacements mode to see easier. Let me go there. Right. So now I'm not sure this is U or V. So let's see. 2. So this is U. Right? Where can I go? 3. See? And then this is something that, yeah, I prefer to go to 2. Sometimes some student ask me, can we control this part? No, it's not possible, because this is not because of matrix code. This is because of the nerve system. In the nerve system, when we use a texture or black and white, they use the U and V topology to create these shapes. So this is not something that you can control it. Maybe you can split the surface in 2 pieces and then apply the texture 3D on 2 surfaces if you want. But it's good. The result is not very bad. Okay. And then again, you can go to advanced, and then you can choose whatever you want. But the hammer one is not my texture one. So I just click on texture, and you can choose, I'm not sure I added here, because you can even add from your from the internet. You can find it and you can add. But this one, they had something very, very similar that I used before. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, you see? I can select it. Okay. So Now I go to 1. Okay, but I want to change the direction because I don't want in this way. 90-degree rotation. See that? 90-degree. Okay. And then here, okay, look at this. As you can see, let me go to very high, but can you see this not clean uh, um, texture? This is not because of Matrix Code tools. This is because of the photo. The photo is not very high quality photo. So that's why we have something like this. If you choose a high quality photo, I mean that the black is 100 black and the white is 100 white and the gray, something between them is 100% gray, you will have a better result. But I'm happy with that one because I printed it and the result is really cool. It doesn't have any issue, to be honest. Because I print that just the Max one I printed. Let me go to the texture. And sometimes even, let me choose, even you can go for half. You don't need to be, I mean that 1, you can change it to half. So you can have something like this either, all right? And then let me go to 1. That's 1. It's better. Right? And then you can press enter. Okay, and then you can have this texture. Some of the students maybe ask, so how to convert this object to a closed one? This is a very good question because I received from my students, and I'm sure some of the audience have this question also. Actually, if you apply a pattern on an open surface, and if you want to convert it to a closed body surface or a closed mesh, sometimes we can use offset mesh, but this is not something that I recommend to do that. I recommend you to apply this to a completely closed object, right? And then and then do mesh Boolean difference and delete the bottom part. And then with the shrink wrap, we can hollow out these objects. This is a technique that I recommend, because if you want to do offset mesh, you don't get a very clean mesh. You will have a lot of self-intersection, and maybe you are not happy with the results. So as a final things, this is so, and then yeah, this is some things that you get. So you see that just with a small connecting simple pieces with the simple techniques, you can have this dragon that we have here. Yeah, so I'm happy to answer all the questions that the audience have.
It's amazing. So we had the questions. People was asking also how to rewatch the video. I told them that they can rewatch it from the link that we sent to join this session. So this will be available for everyone who is joining today or who has been sent the link. So because it's so easy for you, Momo, that you do it just in a few clicks and you go very, very fast. The people is like, wow, that is amazing. But now I need to learn it to my pace, right? So this is why the people is asking where they can rewatch it. But look, if there is anyone that want to ask anything to Momo, while the people is hopefully they will put some questions here. I also would like to everyone know that for anyone who's watching today this video, we will be promoting a 15% discount in case that they want to buy the software. They need to use the code. If they go to the online store, they can use the code BF of Black Friday 2024. Internationally, they will need to go to our partners, and the partners that we have globally, they are aware about this promotion, so they will sort it out from their end. But it's important, 15% discount is not something, it's not something that we are always offering, but because now is Thanksgiving just around the corner, and Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We thought that would be nice, putting all together beside your great presentation, this
Right.
promotion. Also, something else that I would like to mention is that for next April, we have been preparing a course that will be on also on surface modeling. That will be the Matrix Goal Level 3. So this will happen next April, but on site in Lafayette. So for anyone in US, and if they want to do this course on site, they will be able to make it in April. Let me look at the question. So yeah, only for attendees, John. Yes, only the people who has been asking to join this session, not the ones attending today. Everyone who has received the link will be able to watch the video. Yeah. So the people are saying thank you for your courses, Momo. So it seems that you have a lot of people following you. Well, we know that. And also, I'm getting the thing, probably something that we can do from the images, what you were saying about the quality. Probably we could upload better pictures in our folder where we have all these little different textures. So then you could, even as you said, it's not important for printing, but it's always good, to when you visualize what you are making.
Yeah.
John is saying, why looks the texture 3D so jacked? This is what we were commenting. Is not because Matrix Goal, is because the quality of the image. So this is based on black and white. If there is some pixels that are not that black or white, then is when you get these distortions. So improving the images should bring you a better quality of this texture.
Exactly. Right.
There is someone saying I purchased the student license. If there is anyone that has a problem with the code, just please, because we have a list with all the people assisting to this webinar. So just contact from our website to our sales representative, wherever, if it's international or domestic. Let them know that you have been in this list. The sales team will have the list, and then they can just go and check and offer you this promo. Someone else is asking how we can join the April course on the Gemvision site. You can go to the Gemvision website. There we have the store and we have the training. So there you have all the options for our training from level 1 to level 2 to level 3. And I don't see anything else. Momo, hopefully I can't wait for you to come back to Barcelona. Now I know that you are in Thailand, so we can meet together.
Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I have a flight back to Barcelona.
Beautiful. So hopefully we can make it before Christmas.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It is asking what is the difference between refilled tolerance and UV rebuild? You know about refill tolerance?
Yeah, actually, I think he or she means feet surface, and rebuilt.
Yeah.
Okay, or refit or refit. The
Here
function
she says refilled.
Yeah, I think this is miswriting. I mean that because refit, we have
It's possible.
refit. Yeah, refit the tolerance. When we use refit, actually we use a number, a tolerance to change the number of the control points. We don't define the number of the control points. We don't ask the software our required number of the control points. But we ask the software the tolerance. It's a number that computer use, metrics code use to change the number of the control point. But in rebuild, you always ask this. You always ask the metrics code to change the control points to that number. I mean that 5 control point and 6 control point. And in rebuild, the control points change in a uniform space, in a uniform distance. For example, if you say 6 control point, the 6 control point, you will have 6 control points in equal distance from each other. But in refit, it's not like that. Refit, you can have 2 control points close to each other, and the third one is far from the second one, because it depends on the complexity and the shape of the surface. So it's important for you to choose the right command for this for your
Okay,
surface.
fantastic. Also, the
Yeah.
people is asking, is it possible that we use other textures that are not in the library? And the answer is yes. You need
Yeah.
to go to all the folder structure, and you can import any image that you want in the structure folder. So you need to go to the Gemvision folder, Matrix Goal, and from there you will see the library for the different tools that we have. Just import the image that you want, and that's amazing. I have seen many times people. Uh, there was a time that it was very popular to print your fingerprints in your jewelry. So the people was importing the fingerprints into that folder and just using the texture, being able to
Yeah.
place this fingerprint in your jewelry.
Yes, exactly. Right. Yeah.
All right, Momo, look, we are 2 minutes to 7 in Spain, to 1 a.m. in Thailand. So I think
Yeah.
that the session has been amazing. There has been a lot of interaction in the chat. So I'm really, really glad having you, Momo. It's always a pleasure. We have had already a few, and let me tell you, man, you are a big, very, very important in our world. So I really appreciate that. Thank you, everyone else. We have had like plenty of people. Now we have like 80 people just watching this session. So it has been a
Brilliant.
crazy success. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Momo. Hopefully, I see you very, very soon.
Thank you. Thank
And
you to you. Thank you to everyone, and have a great time. Thank you so much.
And just to say goodbye, keep in mind the promo BF for Black Friday 2024. And from the link that we send you to join the session, you will be able to rewatch the video. Thank you, everyone. Has been a pleasure. Thank for your time. See you next time. Have a good one.